it looks like we're on the internet. Greetings, adventurers. How's it going? Welcome to Monday Maps with me, MADDRROB. Great to have you here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, honestly. Uh, and thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me while we make some more cool maps. Today we're back with Dungeon Draft, making some. Gonna be a pretty cool semi-extensive battle map. Try to do things easy, but then we don't. That's just how it is. Um, General stuff. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Pop yourself in the chat. Love to see you. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions while I'm making anything, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll see it. If I look over here, I'm looking at you. I'm looking over here, looking at the map. You, map, you, map. You get it. Let's see. Other things. Yeah. Well, of course, today I'll be working in Dungeon Draft. Typically I work in Dungeon Draft utilizing Forgotten Adventures assets. They make awesome stuff. Also Tom Kartos assets. You will see a lot or some of each of them today. It'll be really cool. I highly suggest looking at their stuff. And if you happen to use on Dungeon Draft or want to follow along or do some other cool stuff with your own maps, check them out. Let me know. I'd love to see it. Feel free to tag me. Other things, Obsidian Brews will be around this summer, so you can catch us at random cons doing random things. We'll be all over the place. Yep. Unfortunately, well, we still got we will be at Gen Con, but shout out to the Credit Awards. We stand with y'all. We fuck with y'all. But you can catch us at Gen Con. If you see us, just come say hi. We'll be at Dragon Con, and it will be at other cons. So keep your eye out for where we're gonna be. Also, if you haven't voted in the Credit Awards, do so. Bunch of the homies are in there. So go check it out and vote for them. Vote for your favorites, but vote for the homies because homies. Let's see. As always, thanks to Ambe for helping out and running all the things behind the scenes, making sure that we look good, smell good. Well, actually, I made sure I smell good, but making sure we look good and sound good. There we go. That works. But anything else? Fitting Brews, we got some stuff coming in the soon, so keep your eye out on the socials for things in the future. So keep a lookout. But today I think we're good to go. As I said, we're gonna be doing a little bit of an ambitious thing today. As you can see, we started with a much bigger board, a much bigger canvas than normal. That's because I want to try to do a ship. Can you see the ship? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. There you go. You saw it for a second. It's a lot of work. I was gonna do one trick utilizing layers, but I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool if you could see all of them laid out, sort of like splayed out the ship, like you'd be seeing in your adventure guides or your modules. And this ship's gonna be a little different. But the cool thing is, once you get the base down, you can then sort of copy it and then layer your things accordingly. And if I need to expand on things, which it's possible. I'm not sure yet. It's possible. There is cool things in Dungeon Draft to expand your thing. So menu, you can change your map size as you need to. Now, the one thing I do need to do right now is save my thing. I'm gonna call it the ley line. That's what I named the ship, and it's a dope ship, and I like the name. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm going to be starting in the top portion and then copying it as we go down, just to make sure I have the space for it. And I may be doing some cooler things with it a little later, so we'll see. I may need to get a little bit more space, but we'll figure it out. So just based on this, so we're going to need the first 10. So I'm gonna do sort of just to make sure I have I'm looking in the right space. I'm gonna change this I'm gonna change this later. I'm gonna grab my patterns and I'm gonna grab this blue color. And I know I need the first 10. There you go. That's gonna be 1. I'm just gonna change the color to green. That'll be the second 10. I'm gonna change the color to red. Close enough. That'll be third. Now I may need a couple more, just to make sure it looks good. And it's finished because I think I may have a little bit more at the bottom. But I think we're gonna start here. Yeah, let's start here. So with that, let's. Do I want to do the bottom? If I need to, I'll just drop them more on the bottom. Let's start. Now, do remember these are going to get moved. They'll be removed for cooler actual terrain. But we're gonna start with our wall tool, because actually utilizing these walls, it makes it look kind of chippy. I was thinking that this, like solid wood, when you're making this, you're doing the railing of the ship, not so much the walls of the ship, but it gives you a good look. Some of these walls, ashen. I don't like these because it looks like bark on it, and it doesn't quite give the right feel. Now, I was a little torn between the mahogany, which it looks really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks great. Like that mahogany lining. Yeah. But I'm gonna use that for the walls, but not for the actual floor. Gets a little bit too dark and everything gets a little muddied that way. But with that, what we're gonna do next is sort of give ourselves a place to start, right? And of course, there are tons of places, but we're going to use some of these little globes just to mark our territory. So I'm gonna go with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. You can see down in the bottom right there. Well, it's a little hidden, but you can sort of see where there is a little position guide down here. You can't see it, but below the last line, down there, it's right there. But yeah, that's 1, 5. I'm gonna back it up by 1, so I'm gonna go 2, 5. From here, 2, 3, 4. 4 down, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. Sorry. And this is the hard part. Always the hard part, making sure you got all your stuff ready. 1, 2, 3. Cool. This ship is long. You guys are looking more like galleon level ships. So let's see. So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Down, y'all. So this is at 6. We're going to 25. Then around here, and with that, I think that's the basis for our ship. So what we can do, go back to our wall, and everything looks good so far. And we'll start here. If we don't like the shape, we'll just fix it. Cool, straight. We're gonna curve this one out just to finish the quarter circle. Straight, curved out for the quarter circle. Straight. And to make these curved lines, all you have to do is hit Shift when you select it. And for these, you don't want to keep it straight, that looks stupid. What you can do, sort of, yeah. Honestly, that looks kind of cool. If we don't like it, we'll fix it. Boom. Boat shaped. Our boat is boat shaped. Cool, we did it. And with that, I do need to filter all patterns. Cool. Let's see, this one, that one, and that one. I need to move all of these down to below ground. So these are super low, so when we delete them, they just come underneath whatever terrain we decide to put down. And because we're going to be actually putting down some aqua floor. Luckily, we have some really nice wood floors here. And to sort of give it that boat vibe, I like using the one with the actual nails in it, so it looks like work's actually being done on it, or work has been done on it. You can also use the wood flooring that's different variation size, just so you guys can sort of see it. Like this different variation of wood is kind of cool, just to show that it's not all one size. But I like that more for homes and interiors that aren't built the same or built with the high level of craftsmanship. Ships should be nice and semi-even at best, and that's why I sort of like the ones. And you can like to see the nails; they're kind of cool. They make it sort of feel like it's on a ship. You can use bigger boards if you want, which I think we will. So I'm going to use this wooden flooring dark sea. And all I have to do really is follow the points of our ship. So we're going to go back to this. We're going to set it to we're going to set it to below water because we want to put stuff on one. And we're not going to be putting the water effect in yet. That's going to be a later thing. But 1, 2, 3. Now, that looks pretty good, but I don't really like the way the wood looks, so I'm going to turn it 90 degrees. Oops. There you go. Now, looks pretty good. If we don't like it, we can always change it. So if we want to make it darker or rougher, actually I may make it lighter. Yeah. I didn't equate this to the other ones. So yeah, there you go. That's the outer parts of the boat. It all seems quite simple, because it kind of is once you start getting the hang of how to put all these pieces together. what takes up the most time is putting stuff down. So once you get your rough shape, most of it should be pretty straightforward. And the good thing about this is that what we're going to try to do is do a bunch of copying. Layers would change some of this stuff, but luckily, since we can judge by what's on one side, we can sort of accommodate for it and then copy it. Or copy thus the base and then accommodate for the different spaces. So, there are a couple of things that I want to make sure are there at first. And that actually are going to be a couple more walls. Yeah, I'm going to get this thinner wall. And I'm going to start putting in some of our features. And I might actually go back to our tool just so we can snap to places properly. So from your edge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then from here, this will all make sense in a second. You'll trust me, it'll make sense. 1, 2, 3. What's going to go here are some walls and some stairs. It's going to sort of define sort of the overall look of the decks of the ship. And yeah, I think I'm going to take this, go up, 1, over, down. And filter only the objects out. I think I caught a couple objects in here. Yeah. That's what they're there for. You kind of have, you sort of get these little bobbles to delineate where things are. Then you get rid of them. Boop. Once they're gone, then you can start having some fun. I think the only thing I need for this level, honestly, is stairs. And this is where you can sort of grab these individual stair packs. It's very easy. And with that, you can clearly see, let's get bigger stairs for these full-length stairs. And start to see the boat coming together. Makes it easy, safe. So that, I still have a bunch of stuff over here, still have space to put things. But with this, we're going to make our first copy. So we're going to take everything, both the patterns, the walls, the objects. We would take the portals, but we don't need them yet. Yo! Sphinx, what's up, man? thanks for joining us. I'm going to do this one little thing. Oh, this would be there it is. I'm going to lock them in place so that I can select everything else. Is it not going to let me? Oy. You know what? That's okay. Unlock. Delete. That allows me to copy. And then we're going to go for a point. And it did not grab the walls properly. So we'll check it. If I have to make it again, I'll make it again. It's not big deal. Nope. Does not like my walls. Oops. Good. Go away. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what happened to walls. That's fine. This built's a little special, thanks. It's actually a multi-tiered galleon. That will have some pretty cool functions, as you will see later. And I thought this was going to be working with me nicely, but apparently it doesn't want to, so that's okay. We're just gonna force it to. And if this doesn't work out the way I want it to, I do have another plan, so you can always make it work. Which, unfortunately, is looking like that may have to be the plan. Okay. Yep. We're calling an audible. Unlock that. What I will do is, okay, everything's highlighted. It does not like these walls, bro. Yeah, will not let me select the walls for some reason. That's okay. As I said, we're going to call a notable. And I had plan, and then I swapped my plans. So I'm just going to swap it back. That's how we roll. We're always prepared. There it is. It's a spinner one. What is that? What I'm actually going to do now is you see how large this whole canvas is. I'm going to save it real fast. Then I'm going to change my map size. So from the top, I'm going to reduce it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's reduce it by -6 tiles, and from the bottom, -6 tiles. Cool. See, makes it super easy. If you ever need to resize yourself in Dungeon Draft, you can do so. We love to see it. And since this wants to be silly and only work one way, let's start by it is. We're gonna go. There it is. I'm gonna go with this nice blue water here. That way we can start from a different spot. But what I'm going to do, well, my original plan was to just do all this with all blown out. I'm now going to be showing you how to use the layer feature on on this over here. So it should be pretty interesting. What you can do is on levels, all you have to do, go over here, bloop, to the level settings. I'll go to level settings, create a new layer, and or interior deck, and we're going to clone this ground layer. So, but from the bottom here, you can see I'm switching between the two decks, and they look exactly the same. They should. I don't need to. If I needed to get rid of a deck, I can just delete it. Now, they are going to be, I'm going to delete, I'm deleting interior deck, going back to ground. What I'm going to do is start putting in some features that are going to be copied onto both of them. And yet again, that was that wall that was trying to get him before I was so rudely interrupted. And from there, reason why we wanted to do that was because there are doors here. I'm just going to take a couple of like double frame openings. Ooh, do it for two there, two there. And with that, go to my doors. I'm going to use these lighter tan doors because they're a little bit better. Or not. Anyways. When in doubt, make sure your doors stand out. Cool. And so with that, now I have a couple doors that are going to be going in towards the ship. But when we I feel like I don't need to do that. You only need, yeah, you need to see it. But so when we go to the cutaway, so one of them is going to be the top of the ship. The ground level is going to be the top of the ship as you would see it standard. With, you know, all the things that are on the deck. And then you can go below deck or go inside these doors, see what's inside underneath that below deck area. And then we're gonna go down one more deck. See what's down there. So with this, I think I can make my first level. Create. So we're gonna clone the ground level and accept it. Oops. Interior. Interior deck, and then you're gonna have a lower deck. Cool. And since I did clone them both, they both look the same. The good thing is if I clone it again or do something like that, it'll look similar and I can just take pieces out. So what I'm going to do now, so I don't have to do all this extra interior work, I am going to clone it again. So we're going to clone the ground level again. No cloning ground, accept that. So, trick is on the lower decks. So we're on the lower deck level. You can see it at the bottom here. You see that? And you could switch, but we're going to stay on lower decks. With that, we can sort of go in and retool stuff. Because on the lower decks, I don't need these doors and things. So I'm going to do, take them out. Filter, objects. So this door, this door, this door, this door. Stairs are gone. Go back into the portal tool, go all the way up, and this is how you get rid of portals that you don't need. Oops. Or sorry, that's how you create portals you don't need. Portals. And then, of course, the walls. I don't need it either. So. But I do need the exterior of the boat because we're going to use that to make stuff. With that, I'm going to go back to the ground level, and from here, start creating the outside of the ship. That's going to be some of the fun part. Now, of course, I was like, I want to do some cool stuff with how this looks. And what I want to do is have, since I was able, filters, we're specifically looking for is patterns. This pattern, okay, it's below water. I'm going to put a pattern on top of it. Now, of course, this one will take me a second to find. Y'all, when they put in like searchable patterns, we're going to be so in business. That's what we're going to, this is what we're looking for. Technically, it's a clear blue. And how far back is it? 1, 2. So from the center of these doors, 1, 2. That's okay. If I need to make it a little bit clearer or a little bit more opaque, I can. And I think I designed it so that below is sort of nothing, so you don't have to worry about that. But I think I also have like display case glass if I need to, which is doable, actually. Yeah, you sort of use display case glass if I need to. I'd prefer not to, but it doesn't quite fit the aesthetic. But do have our pipe trick. We would take like brass pipe, whatever the smaller. Yeah, it's really bulky. If you switch the width down to like 0.5, maybe even 0.4, it starts looking like trim. So what you can do is on the 100 layer, because this is underground layer, but we're going to turn off our smoothness so it just hugs those corners. And always good to start halfway. Oop, oop. So it turns those corners properly. And it sort of makes this little trim on there that you would not have noticed. And what we're going to do, I was sort of hoping to do. Yeah, you need to have it actually cross itself. And then we can use some, we'll probably use some shadow tricks to make it look more three-dimensional. That was something I wanted to put there. That's kind of cool. And I also wanted to do one in the back as well, but much larger. Because hey, if you're on deck, you're on a ship, you want to see outside the ship. Ships are cool. So we're gonna sort of do the same overall pattern, and we may change up some of these different colors if the glass doesn't look glass enough, or we need to just make something transparent looking. We can do that too. Doing a quick look. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, spore clouds. You always find cool stuff when you're not supposed to be looking for things. Something you can always use, and I'm just going to show you just because it looks cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use like ice, like this ice effect. And if you go to color and change the opacity of it, you sort of turn it into glass. So you can have a cool glass-like effect with ice. If you don't have the glass, the glass pattern, or if you have if you're just using a basic, if you use a white, sort of layer on with some blue. Maybe they have if they have a water pattern, you can sort of do it with that too. I probably will switch this though. Our tricks with this though, because I do need this to be a bit higher. Because I am going to this and the patterns and the paths need to be a bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is try to put anything that I put on the second layer like as see-through. So something you could sort of see through it, and okay, I can't grab all of them at the same time. That's fine. I'm gonna put those on the 300 layer. I'm gonna grab this. I'm going to move that up to 300. That's 300. So yeah, we're going to do the same thing around this, but the pattern's a little different. This one you gotta be a little bit more careful. For this one's design, I sort of just want to go through the middle. Sort of standard design for glass that you can see into. And I'm going to do a couple other tricks with this. Yep, sort of have to. All of this I'm going to get rid of now. the entire base floor. So interior deck and lower deck, they'll be fine. But on this upper deck, I'm actually going to swap out all of this. Seems weird, I know. Give me a second, don't panic. What we're gonna do is just a little trick I learned that sort of breaks up monotony in when you put patterns down. So in this below water state, for this central part, oops, patterns, I'm just going to use a square and sort of use the same lines as before, but for both the upper and lower parts of the ship. No, I didn't learn my part of the ship. I should have. I didn't. I'll do it later. What? The upper and lower parts of the ship. If I switch the direction of the where the boards are going, sort of creates something that looks a little different, right? So you're not just looking at the same pattern the whole time, and you can define areas that actually break up where you are, right? So just from a quick view, you know that this lower area is different from these two upper areas. There you go. Little idea if you so choose to use it. Now, with that, I am going to put in a couple of individual things that will further delineate your from your lowers. So we're going to use Shadow Path A, Path 60. And that's going to be on the interior of these of the stairs. So we know that this is sort of an over railing. And this is where we may have to adjust a couple things later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I can always adjust that. Adjust my doors and the door jamb. Because, you know, I can just take the jam out, keep the doors there. People know that there are doors. To sort of show that portal. So if I took this portal out, you can still see the door. Just I would have to move it either probably. Yeah, move the door out a little bit. So now everybody knows there's a door there. And what it does is it changes this perspective. So when you go to the interior deck, you know there are doors there, and there will be a differentiation between the two. Back to ground. This is the great part about having layers. You can just sort of make all your changes, and stuff changes, and it looks pretty cool. Portals. Pop this portal out to my objects. Try to make obvious that there are doors there. If so, just swing one out, not the end of the world. Which we probably will. But back to our shadows. shadows. Looks like this wall is very thick, so it throws off my shadows a little bit. Yeah, much better. Still small, but you can sort of see it now. Oh, that'll do it. Ha ha ha. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this shadow path 60 and to differentiate between the lower floors and the upper floors, sort of put in a thicker shadow there. Now, it looks good. I'll put that one in first. But if you want a good one just to sort of show that this is sloping down, you could either throw it, sort of does, only really works over here, because as it sort of snakes in. No. You could see it sort of start to taper as you go in. Or you could fade it. It'll start to fade as you, which I think is probably, oops, of course that skewed. I think that one works a little bit better overall. And what that shows is as you get closer to the ground, it's less of a shadow. But that's okay. Okay. There you go. Have sort of like now more of a well-defined upper deck in the front, and we'll do the same for the back. I'm going to keep it on A. As always, thanks for hanging with me. I hope you're enjoying this little map session. It's always fun making these things and sort of seeing how they come out. Some of them, we'll see how it goes. But, you know, we're giving it a shot. I had an idea, and I'm not 100% sure if it'll work, or which way it's supposed to go. Yes, I was right. 5, and I need this 20. Because technically you can use your shadows like on windows to sort of show the slope of them. I just forgot which side. If it's, oops, no. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can sort of do it that way. I wonder how that went. Certainly try. Yeah, I knew we were gonna artifact a little bit. So, oh yeah, for the longer sides, and I think we'll just cut it down to like 0.5 a little bit. What? Sort of do it on each, excuse me, on each level that the top is lighter than the bottom. And then all we're gonna do later is just get where's my wibbly wobbly step? We'll probably just step up around here path to make it clear that it's more raised. Yeah, there you go. It's starting to look like something. Now, I did say that this was a little bit special. And what I wanted to do, and let's see if this works, is try and see how these little rocks go. I'm gonna try to throw some what would be semi-magical stones. We're gonna try to make this, if not an interesting airship that flies by the power of magic. If not, then it's a spelljammer, and it flies by the power of however the hell we say it does. So I wanted to sort of drop some of these cool, like, unrefined stones onto like the decks of the ship. And then as we go, we'll figure out how we want to harness that power and draw it in. Oh, that. That looks kind of cool. Honestly, Sphinx, yeah, that's how I would fly, just like sheer gravitational spite. If I could, oh my goodness, that would be the coolest thing ever. So yeah, maybe we're going to harness the power of magic to fly by gravitational spite, 100%. And I think that looks kind of cool. Like that as a base for that particular crystal. And this one in the back, this one's gonna need something special, like a crucible or something. Alchemy table. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Now I did kind of have this positioned in a very specific spot. I think I had it positioned there. I'm gonna try another cool thing, but we'll see if that works. I tried that a couple times, didn't work in testing, so we'll see if it works now. But with that, I think that's kind of cool. These massive crucibles holding these large pieces of who knows? We'll come up with a cool term later for what these pieces of crystal are. Now, just because I really like hearing what y'all have to say and utilizing you guys' ideas, I like the idea of this first one being blue, but this back one, we have purple and dark blue. Purple, dark blue, or light blue. It's up to you, chat. You guys let me know which color you think would be cool. As you see, we have a lot of colors, but those are the kind of ones that would stand out properly. So yeah, whatever color you guys choose, chat. So we have the light purple, light blue, dark blue. And if you need We have light blue, purple, and a darker blue. So we got a dark blue and a purple at the moment. So we need a deciding tiebreak. I also have to remember which one this was. It is going in this back spot right here. So the front one's good. The front one's good. But this back one is going to be this one. So dark blue, which is 835. Light blue 835. Or purple 835. Them closer to the ship so you can sort of see and make choices. I like all of the colors. The choice is yours. And while you think of that, I'm gonna put a couple other things on there. Siege weapons. Boom. Ballista are perfectly fine. Siege weaponry. If one wants to use them. In both the front and back of the ship. All right, chat. Did we come to a consensus? We're still. We still have blue or dark. I guess it's between dark blue and purple. If we have a tie, we had dark blue first, so that will be odds. Light blue or purple will be evens. Yep, that's right. I have dice at the ready. That is a 10. So evens. So we're going to go with dark blue on this one. That's okay. I'll put that in. Use the purple one. Something else. Don't think we forgot about you. We have purple. We have use for other colors. So, I think this looks like a decent beginning to this. All I'm going to do after I save is throw a shadow around this deck on the floor deck, and then we'd be good to go. Yeah. That has, luckily for me, turn the smoothness, no, take that off, turn this off. Go. Now I can throw a couple more things up on top of the deck here. But right now, that's not important because we're gonna save this and go to the next level. Now, one of the things that make this easier, kind of cool, because we do need these doors. So what we're gonna do is put these doors on 400 layer. Boom. Select them all. Put them on 400. Great. Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna get it back anyway. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start modeling the inside of this space here. So yes, not only did I decide to make a basic ship, which we've done. That's the top of the ship. Got some more, couple of loose things, but NBD. We also decided to do a full interior as well, because I didn't make it hard enough for myself. But that's okay. We're gonna be good. I got some ideas, y'all. That's the good thing about this particular one. It covers all of these access points. So if you looked at it, you're like, you can't quite tell. First thing first, that one. And that's that. Leave that open. So from this corner, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Haha, I realized I on my sketch I made stuff backwards. That's fine. We can fix it. Not too big a deal. So we know whatever, if we go back to ground level, any stuff we put on the main deck, we'll just copy, drop over here. That'll be items, so won't be too bad. But interiors, what you want to do, this is sort of to show the difference between places. For our paths, shadow path. So wherever, to show the difference between a stair going up or down, or going wherever it's to or wherever it's from, one, you go by the angle of the step. So wherever the shadow is on the bottom step, it's going up in that direction. But to show that this is going upstairs, since this is coming from outside up, I'm just going to put a shadow there. Yeah, you can't tell. And wherever this is going, it's to somewhere that's not on this map. Same here. And this one I probably could make longer, but probably do 1.5. Yeah, typically, like, I could like augment. Well, I don't really have the full power to do it. Maybe I could. I'd have to do it with light tools to like sort of show that it's getting lighter going up versus darker going up. But I really don't like that. I prefer just go. It goes into shadow, which is not on your map. But yeah, there's a lot of times where actually it's easier to do it with lines. You know, an easy line tool. Now, a lot of times you will see on hand-drawn maps symbols that look like, I'll do it big so you can sort of see that, and then like, no, just be where it needs to be. Whatever, make it bigger. Yeah. So see something like that. That's sort of what the symbol would look like on like WotC maps or Pathfinder maps or other things like that. The smaller section is supposed to be the down part of the stair. That we have some of those here, which I don't use them. So like Tom Carto sort of does it, where the lower step is smaller than the upper step. I don't quite like that. I kind of want him to stay the same and just show it going towards a shadow. Makes it easier for me. But if you see that, that's what it means. Yeah. So, you know, it would look something like that. But keep your stairs uniform. It makes everything easier. Cool. So anyway, back to what we were doing. Yeah. So all of these rooms, we're gonna put our noted pillars in, so we can't tell what's what. We all know what's what. We all know what I did. We know what we did, but that's okay. Just all these. Actually, they did have wall caps. I don't know if they still do. Wall, wood, and yeah, they do have some nice wall endings if you can grab them or use them. Sort of put them at 400, or sorry, above walls. If you can find the right ones. Yeah, there you go. Be slightly off, but that's not the end of the world. Sort of use your ends. Just sort of an easier way to get nice, clean endpoints for your stuff. And they don't always snap perfectly, which, you know, not like you wanted to anyway, but it's cool. If you do it right, it doesn't. Nobody will see it. Yeah, you can always put other things on top of it. That one's way off. Any of these look way too off. I'll just manually fix it. Just checking to make sure I'm using the right one. That was correct. We're good. We're perfectly fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. This one. That one I may have to fix later. I'll take the jam. I can take the jam out, make it a standard jam, and then sort of paste over it. That's okay. That's a. Yep. Nope. It's gonna. You're right. You're right, chat. It is going to bother me. Yep. So what you can do is sort of delete the portal. That's just a door jam. We can put in our own and resize it properly. Go back into our portal tool. Use this. Just right over our door. And so anything else we need to fix or whatever, we can just throw that in. If we want a new door jam, door frames, shall we say. That's the goal. Yeah. So, yeah, this is 0.9. Okay. Well, if we have many other place, which we will, we'll know which ones we want to put in. Put a bunch of doors in, similar door. I had this swing this way, that way, and that way. That has no door. This swings in. This swings in. Now we set up our doors. What we're gonna do is start filling it with stuff. and we'll put in our shadows later, so we don't have to worry about all that. To start, oh yeah, I had couple things I need to put in. Wooden railing. Honestly, I could probably just swap a couple of these walls out for rails. I do very much like the walls, because you can sort of toggle them, cut them in, cut them out. But if you can get away with using a rail, I do suggest it. Oh, this one's not done. Oop. Created by interior. These are going up. These doors on the right layer. That's above walls. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna do. Let's just bring it forward. Put in a couple things around those to make it better. I don't like the way these doors look. I'm gonna shrink them down to 0.9. So let's take a door jamb. It looks a little better. Door frame. Like that. Singular's. So what we're gonna do, again, go back to pillars and just sort of do it ourselves. You just use that as a baseline. Seven. Two. There you go. Sort of fills out those areas. I'm going to wind up doing the same thing for that door. Actually, all of these doors I'm gonna have the same. I'm gonna keep them above walls, but I'm gonna shrink them down to 0.9. As always, thanks again for hanging out. I appreciate you. I hope you're enjoying it. That's way too big. 0.9? Aha. have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. Save those. So now we can start working on normal layers. And the reason I wanted cool stuff is because I'm gonna have a little bit of a galley. To a big old rectangle table. Not that color. Let's see if I get the right size. Fancy table? Sure. Darker. Yeah. Big table this size. Big old table. This should be level layer 300. The chairs will be on 200. Makes it nice and easy. But yeah, now they got a nice big old table that the whole crew can sit around and just eat and chill. Want to go all the way up to cupboards. Cupboards and wardrobes. I'm going to give them cupboard full of spices and stuff. And of course you can't cook without stove. So let's see if I have any stoves, which I do. I just have to find them. I think. Appliances. There we go. So yeah, it seems weird to have a big old stove on a ship, but hey, it's magic. We're good. It's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, they got a little magic stove on the ship, so everything they can cook. Oh, we're doing it on time. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. There's never been a thing where fire catching on a ship. No, that's not true. That's not real. Completely fake. So here. Now something I am gonna do. I may change the direction of the floor again. But that's fine. It's fine right now. What I'm gonna do is go back to. I am sort of doing this kind of quickly and not doing all of the small bits, but we will. Hopefully, we're doing everything so you can sort of get a good idea of what I'm thinking. I'm That's a good question. How many lifeboats slash escape ships does this ship have? Previously, 0. Now, at least 1. So I'm gonna put that. It's going on the list. Lifeboat 1. They have 1 life. That actually, yeah, they'll have a lifeboat for boat purposes. That will be in the lower hull. But so if they need a boat, they can boat away. But since this is also part Spelljammer, I think some of this would be they would be on deck if you were going to be on the water. I'm just putting it on water for now. This would be in space. And I don't know where I'd put them. Actually, I could probably put it right here. Let's see if I have any. I do have some small ships. I did have some small ships. Let's see. Sweet. I do have a couple of boats, so we can. Yeah, most of it's just life vest. You just need life vest or a spacesuit or don't die. All of those things would help. A good don't die works every time. Yeah, so we can I can attach some lifeboats. Oh, and that's one of the cool things. Another cool thing about this. If I wanted to put a lifeboat right here, right? I also didn't want to put all the rigging and mooring. But one thing that's very cool. So on this, I can also compare that they compare things. Let me see. Turn this off. So if I went to these lower decks, I want to compare ground level. I can make the current level super, up the opacity of ground. And you could sort of see where stuff lies. And actually how it looks. So the fact that I want to have that table in that position looks good underneath the lighting. It would show lighting through it. Makes it kind of cool. You could sort of see where things are with respect to other things. Make sure you're lined up properly. That's one of the biggest benefits of working on these layers. So I think you only can do adjacent layers, so I can do both. So I wanted to see how a blank ship would look with your ground layer behind it. You can sort of see these where lifeboats would be or things like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put these lifeboats on later. I may just throw one underneath the deck for now, for reasons. Excuse me. But what I can do is once I finish this chair, save. Definitely save. Filter objects. Cool. Rid of that. I'm gonna throw in a couple more things before I start going super ham. The next being stairs. I said before, these aren't. Just good. Wherever the shadow is on the bottom step, that's the bottom. These stairs are coming up. So I'm going to do them like that. Unlike these are going up to up. These are going down. So when I put my shadow in, they will be pointing down. These stairs, however, go differently. These will loop down. So, 300. So now it looks like you're actually going down into there. And I'll use my step let's to accentuate that. Take shadow path half. Let's do half 40. Down to 5. Nope. We need 60. I want it deep black. And this one's actually going to be a little bigger. 75. Sort of accentuate that the down is down here. 175 down here. We're going to shrink and then just go 5. Now it looks like this is actually, yo, if I could make jets and solid skate pods, Sphinx, I would. I would do that in a heartbeat. I wish I had. I wish I was able to do that, man. Oh man. If I think of a way, I'm gonna do it. I'm plotting now. I'm trying to think of a cool way to implement it. Yeah, for these guys. This is just accentuating that, you know, give it that 3D look, really. That's the biggest draw here. 1. That works. In, back, out. See? Now it actually looks like you're going down, up and down stairs. Actually, that looks like you're going up, but that's besides the point. Cool. And you're going around there. So what we'll do for here, just make small rails. Some of these are going to just be, we'll accentuate them with some other things. You gotta make sure that your rails look like rails, or people will get confused and go, what's that? Why does that look like that? Then you gotta spend 15 minutes explaining how stairs work. Over. 800. Boop, boop. Yeah, now our stairs are good. Save. Now we're gonna holster some of these rooms. Yes, I'm doing sort of the quick and dirty version, so you can see some cool stuff. These are double beds. Actually, this would have a double bed. You could do hammocks as well, but for this particular one, it will be a bed. You know what? Actually, Sphinx, now that you think, now that you're reminding me, I may be able to. Got me thinking, Sphinx. Got me thinking, getting some of these cool detachable things. I'm like, I could utilize like orbs or things like that to just sort of peel off that just act like escape pods. And I think I have space for it. I think I have an idea. So that we may do it. I need tables, desks. So we're gonna get a nice desk, and then we're gonna just use a regular table. That is bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a smaller desk. That on 200. I'm gonna put stuff on top of this little wardrobe over here. Wardrobes. Hey, I got there on the first shot. You guys, we're doing it. I'd have a cool place to put all your captain's coats and stuff. Boom. Save that. Let's see. Yes, and then the cool stuff I was thinking here. So we need a chair. Seating. Nice. I'm gonna get a nice fancy brown. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to put it on one. That's fine. 100. Save. I'm gonna go to papers. Or Yeah, rooms are honestly, bedrooms are some of the worst things to design just because they don't always make the most, for exactly the fact that they don't always make the most sense. But when you just like, you sort of put things where they can go and then adjust accordingly. So you can, and I'm going to show you with another, with not up here, but like the next deck below. Actually, like what I sort of do. I sort of have a generic room design to like bed, wardrobe, desk, like, or a nightstand, maybe a mirror. Like, depending on the size, the bigger the room, the more beds you have, or the bigger the beds you can have, the bigger the spacing you can put stuff in. But as long as the interesting thing that you can do is just put stuff wherever and then justify it after you put it there. So, like this captain's quarters, when I sort of drew it, I was like, well, it is sort of to the side, but the bed would be the most hidden, so you couldn't just run in on the captain unless he was at the desk. So he would be hidden around the corner. The captain would get to drop on you. Cool. That makes it easy. Why is the desk right there? I don't know. He prefers solitude when he's looking at his desk, not looking out over the sea. I could easily have swapped the desk in the wardrobe or put the desk in a corner or something, but yeah, who cares? And hey, you may wind up doing that as well, but it just sort of, you can let yourself wander where why things are the way they are, and then just come up with like just put stuff down and go, I like it here, and that means this guy would like it there too. Done. And if you can't, that's okay. Give me a second. I'm having, as always, paper goods. There we go. It's never easy, right, guys? Let's put a couple of these. These maps in. And another good thing is they now have like scrap paper, so you can always throw scrap paper on the floor. Somebody's crumpled something up, thrown it away. Makes for good rubbish and trash. If you put a trash can, you could throw stuff in, throw the paper balls in there. The only thing I need is writing implements. It's a ship, so the ink would have spilled. There you go. That looks a little homey. Now, I do need to. I'm considering this, and then also may change it later. Go into the Tom Carto stuff. Machines, mechanical parts. Now they have some cool like console-esque things that I kind of am considering using. Now, Spelljammer only needs a really cool chair. So the first thing I'm going to do is throw in a really cool chair. And then we're gonna grab some other I'm gonna go with the fancy blue purple because we went with the blue up top. And it's not super important that they're in the front of the ship because they're flying it via magic. It's magic. What we will do we can do is put some of these like module pieces, the control panels, in places, which may look a little different, and we'll just sort of see how they look. Honestly, I like just having it be magic, but I also like having some cool, funky pieces where things gotta go places and stuff's gotta exist. There's like a reason, like showing how the magic gets harnessed. And like if a guy's sitting in a chair just thinking about it, like other people trying to hook stuff in and make it work. Like that, I always think that's kind of fun, whether it makes sense or not. And I'm gonna say that this, what we have, not that one. I want this one. Nope, nope, I was right. That one. Yeah, this is kind of dope. So they don't have to do any actual flying. It's just all just for show. But it looks cool. It looks cool, so we're gonna go with it. And we'll throw some cabling between these two, which will be pretty cool. This is also like, and what this does is sort of gives a, I'm gonna put some consoles in this front room and this back room. What that does is it gives reason for why they're, how this stone is gathering power, going into either room and doing whatever it does, and where this one's going to. So for me, it's just, I did something cool and now I'm just justifying the cool thing I did. Now, if I could remember, I think this is TC machines and mechanical pieces. Maybe? At least some parts of it are. Okay. You could always mess stuff up by putting these fun access panels with like wires between them, behind them, and stuff like that. If you wanted to, I don't need to panic anybody that badly. Not yet. If any of you guys were around in the way back when I did the first map stream, these are the type of things I was looking for that I had to make myself. That some of them came out okay. Where are they? Samples. So like, do I still even have them? I made a couple of slot machines pictures. Oh no, I forgot where I did them and which ones I did. But yeah, I made a bunch of machines. It may have been before they updated. I made a bunch of machines parts and then just like dropped them in because it was so much easier. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Like fun machines. So yeah, these were machines I made previously. Not as pronounced, and I could probably just put a metal top on them on some of these. Yeah, you can make your own stuff and then save them as prefabs. Anyway, back to what we're just another cool thing you can do. Gives people a little bit of room to work, but also some fun area to play around in. That way, and this is 100% for adventure purposes. So if something goes wrong, so you're in space, or you're in actual space, or you're in wherever, and a part breaks down, it's not just go to engine room 1 fix. It's figure out which room the problem's in, or you see smoke coming from the back, or the captain's in his room, he smells smoke from around the corner. So he has to deal with that while somebody's jumping on board, and it spreads the party out. So now it becomes more of an issue when like the actual encounter becomes more than just a, oh, people are fighting on the boat. Cool, but you can make more of it. You can do more with what's happening. So the more stuff you drop on the map, the more stuff you have to possibly make things worse for your players. I mean, make it much easier for them to do all the things. Yes, yes. Nothing will ever go wrong. Do I have any good wall panels? Oh, just didn't always. Exactly, Spank. It's just a regular cruise. Nothing special. Nothing can go wrong. Yeah, I don't use these often, but I really like them, so I'm trying to make sure if I have any cool ones, I can just sort of drop it in. You know what? I think whatever this is cool. That's too cool. That's way too cool. That's broken. I think we're good. I'll just drop that small console in that corner. This one. And yeah, so there you go. Hey, Dylan, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. We are on a boat. So far, we have done the top. This is the top deck. We've gone inside. So, going through our little doorways here to see the actual interiors of our ship. And after this, we're going to go into the bowels, and it's going to be... see what other things I could possibly throw at our crew. Now that we've got all of our bits and pieces down, there are a couple things. Let me check. Regular portals. I may be able to use some of these as like portholes. Oh, these are whole train cars. I do highly suggest, if you want to have just like a bunch of pre-made stuff, Tom Kartos makes some really dope stuff. But yes, this is going to be a multi-tiered, a multi-level boat that we can utilize for all types of adventure stuff. Cool. And now we know water wheel support is what we can use as portholes if we need to. But that's later. That's a later problem. What we're going to need now is put in our bathroom. It's a water closet. And this is something you don't worry about. The answer is it's magic. How do you have bathrooms on a ship in these time periods? Magic. That's all you need. We're gonna try to make this as easy as possible. Washing. Goodness, I have to remember way too many things for this. That. That's 5 feet wide. Don't need to be that big. Make it half the size. That's one thing always to remember when you're doing these. Sometimes the scale seems good, but these are 5 foot. These are 5 foot across. Nobody's toilet's 5 foot across, so you can make it smaller. You know. And sink. Yes, this will be very close quarters. We don't really think about this one. I didn't want to have it too close to this area, just in case something's hiding here. You can move around it and stuff like that. Like, just noticed my internet decided to do some funky stuff. We good? We're still good? Okay, cool. Check it. Cool, awesome. All right, so little small bathroom. Gotta shimmy. Gotta make sure there's room for doors. Blah blah blah. It's fine. You get the overall gist of it. But I think that, generally speaking, gets this whole deck. I'll throw crates and stuff in later. But what I need to do now, let's check my levels again. That's 3. That's 2. Cool. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm gonna step shadow. Hey man, if you've ever been, I'm sure people have been in close proximity to a bathroom and went, all right, now we're turning this whole ship around. So I'm sure somebody's job is to keep that whole place clean. Actually, I have an idea for that. That would be, it just sort of made me laugh. And a couple points. Snapple. Enough. That would go down to 200. And I think what we're just going to do is drop shadow circles for these. It makes everything a whole lot easier. You don't have to do but so much. So we take these about the side of the chair, go underneath it, and bloop, 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 bloop. You sort of center it on the chair. And with that, chairs and everything look like they're kind of where they're supposed to be. So one thing I do want to do, that's just objects. What I need to do is objects and paths. What I'm going to try to do is get all of these here and that. I'm going to copy them, not spin them, and let them go. I'm going to go back to the ground level. I'm pretty sure I made this at 400, but I'm going to see. And I'm going to paste these in here. Now, actually, it's not a bad idea. I'm going to take this out here. I'm going to make it a prefab. I was telling you guys about prefab stuff before. This is how you do it. I'm going to keep it in examples. Chairs. Cool. I didn't have to do that, but what I now do is go into my prefabs, go down to table and chairs, and I can just drop it in. if I know exactly where stuff lines up, oops, turning on snap, sorry. Tickling chairs. I can just sort of snap it to wherever it needs to be. If it's in a certain spot, turn that off and tickling chairs. Now I know, all I have to do is, I'm not going to put food on this table. Turn off objects paths. Well, I do need paths on, and I need patterns on. But this pattern goes on 300. Bump it up to 400. And then what I do is select just paths, because all of these and all of our shadows that we put up are paths. Hopefully got the right stuff. No, it didn't. Tried to grab it. That's okay. We can do it one by one. Cool. 400. Cool. 2, 3, 4. 100. Ah, what's up, Matt? Obsidian Brews on Matthew, Samurai Walker, X. If you're able to, definitely check out the one shot that Matt ran a couple weeks ago. It was super dope. Yes. So now we get the sort of the glass visage of there being something underneath this. And something underneath this, so we're gonna actually go for the same. I think it was shrink. Should go with 40. We'll do that. I'm gonna go back underneath this, even though it's fine, with a thicker shadow. Let's try this one. 300. There we go. Now it looks more like this is shining down on these things. And there's nothing really below here. That's okay. Let's save that. Cool. So we have our top deck. Then our interior deck. Where are we? 9:30. Sweet. We got time. Well, not really, but we're gonna pretend like we do. This is gonna go on here. Yeah, if we could just magic poop away to another plane, to the poop dimension, we will do it. This is, you know, just the little things we gotta do is this one, you do a 300 and you try to match that line up perfect. Oops, that is 300 over. That's okay. You can do 400. And what it'll do is it'll make it look like those are going lower behind it. See? Look kind of cool. Back to 200. Typically I do 200 and go underneath, but for some of those you want to just go over top. This is the quick and dirty version. Roughs out some of those edges. And we're going to fade on both sides. Here to here. Turn that off. Keep fade on. Now turn it off. Switch it in a second. Some points, that's fine, that's fine. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. This one, go a little further. And as I did before, all the fun of shading sort of you fade over to this. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I thought we'd do something cool with the helm. Just so it didn't look all normal. Typically, you could just sit there and pilot, but you know, so you rather have this. I'm gonna say like that's retractable, sort of like push in. You could use the orbs if you want to. You have your full astro navs and all your dials. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna go back to 200 for these. I haven't done the share. I'll do later. I really like it, but it's upside down. Yeah, this just makes sense to me. Underneath. 400. Fade. Oops. What you can do after all this on the 100 layer, I'll have to do it. That's a cable. I'm gonna turn off your fade, but honestly, you can keep the sizes as is, and sort of it's everything underneath of it. I'm gonna turn smoothness back on so I can bend in these. So you can sort of see the cabling and how it works, why it's doing some of the stuff. Make this a little bit smaller over here. Make the width. Let's do it 0.5. And if I remember correctly, wires and cables. So we can find something that looks similar. Yeah, something like this. Wrap stuff. A couple of these. Let's start putting them in places. There you go. That looks like it's all wired up. Stuff's happening. And with that, let's go back up to the vertex. What we're looking for is pipes. We're going to do pipes polished, and we're looking for returns. So it just looks like it's stubbing off of the side and going down like these. The smaller ones. Yeah. So I'll use brass for here because those are. So now you can see that these are being siphoned off in interesting ways, polished. Smaller pipes. No, too big. Haha. So there you go. Now you know how everything's siphoned. I'll put more shadows in over there. Probably later. Okay. Oops. Um. Good. Okay, my internet is doing funky stuff, so we're okay. We're still good. Open everything is still okay. Okay, perfect. I don't know. My computer's just doing things, but we're fine. Everything's fine. So now from here, we're going to go to the bowels. And this is where we're going to utilize our compare feature. So you can sort of see the reference deck versus our current level, and we could sort of line stuff up properly, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's give it a shot. First thing we're gonna do, line up our stairs. Bathroom, 400 layer. We're gonna do is do the opposite of what we did here, but we're gonna make it the right size. This way. Turn off our smoothness. Here, 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 here. Here, here, here. There. Cool. And these stairs here. Now, what I'm going to do right now, we're just gonna turn the corner. So that should cover stairs. And is there anything else? No, I think that's the only thing I needed to. Oh, I need to do like put the actual stairs in. So we're gonna find the same stairs we used before. Was it the light wood? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. That way it looks the same. If it doesn't look right, we'll fix it later. Actually, we can always turn it off. Nope. Yeah, it was this one. That. Remember, the shadow points towards the bottom. That's the bottom of the stairs. That's the bottom of the stairs. And with that, we turn off our compare. Everything should be in the same spot. when we switch between levels, we shouldn't have to worry about where our stairs are. And the only thing that will change is our shading of them. So I'm going to put our correctly, a shadow pad have 60. Oh. Darker. Over here, but do the same thing. A half 60. First. Oh, it did 75 backline. 75. No, yes, they look like they're going down, but we have our shadow to know that they're going up. And it should swap. Look. And that's how you know you did it right. Everything's in the same spot, but just the shadows change. So we did it. That's fine. What we are going to do is for these stairs, wood railings, 400. Oop. Oh, no, these are mahogany ones. So now we're going to go back in. And we're going to start with some walls. Let's just get right to it. From the stairs. I'm going to go back to my groups. I know where stuff is. There. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back, back, back. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Cool. Wall tool. 2. And go across the whole thing. Come back. That. Same thing over here. Cool. Yet again, thanks for hanging with me. It does appear my computer's being goofy, but it feels like you guys can still see it, so we're good. We're still good. We're still good. I think I may have figured out what was wrong. It may have just been me. Habits. Cool. I'm gonna put some doorways in. Portal tool is great tool. Filters objects. Cool. I think I'll do that. So as I was saying before, so back down here where all of the crew sleep. Well, they sleep up here, and then back here is all storage and stuff. Oh, looks like we folks rating us. That's super dope. Thank you. Cool. Hey, Raiders, what's up? Oh shoot, that's so cool. This is the first time we got rated. That's super dope. What's up, y'all? Let me hop back to my upper deck. Welcome, Raiders, to Monday Maps with me, MADDRROB, over here on Obsidian Brews. If you don't know Obsidian Brews, we're a Black Tabletop Collective, featured with Black Tabletop creators. And today, me, MADDRROB, I'm creating a multi-layered or multi-leveled ship map. We've been going for a little bit, but we're making some good progress. Got our top deck, and these decks are. This ship is, of course, magical and is more of a pseudo spelljammer than a regular ship. But hey, yeah, it can also float. It also floats. It does its job. But yeah, we got our top deck good to go. We got our inside quarters, so going from top to inside, and now we're working on our lower decks. So it's going pretty well. This is so cool. What's up, y'all? If you have any questions about maps and how they're made, feel free to throw in the chat. Yo, thanks for dropping in on the raids. Yo, 3 a.m. Bro. Whoa. That means y'all over there. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. And so, wow, cool. That's super cool. All right, I'm happy. Yeah, you made me happy. It's been a good day. But yeah, hope y'all had really cool streams. Hope y'all are doing well, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this creation. It floats, Sphinx. It floats well enough. Okay, like on a scale of 1 to float, yes. All right, so no worries. It's fine. I did have just a thought that I did want to, since people are here, and enjoy your rest. This program is Dungeon Draft. It's one of my favorite programs to use for battle maps. I typically use them, but I use these along with Forgotten Adventures and Tom Kartos assets. So you can sort of check it out. Go check all of them out. They make great assets. So like all these consoles are by Tom Kartos, but the chairs, the stairs, the actual textures and things like that, the tables, things, those are by Forgotten Adventures. But they're all awesome. I use them all the time. They work super well. I highly suggest them. I always do. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna put in my I'm gonna put in some shadows here. I'm actually going to. This is one of the few times I'm not going to make them as super dark. Maybe 40? Yeah. Because they don't fit well inside corners. And so, as you can sort of see that artifacting there, what you can do, one, turn smoothness back on, and like, hopefully, yeah. So it looks much nicer. So the last thing we'll do is when we transition out, we'll set it to fade. So we can sort of go into this corner, into this part of the boat, fade it out. Oops. Something didn't go right. Yeah, keep that. I see what I did. I see what I did. Cool. There it is. Perfection. And we're gonna fade in and not out. I'm gonna take filter path, just this last one out. And we're gonna tie it all together. Let's go here, shift. Boom. Then I could just use a different, like a shadow circle or something. I can sort of, maybe I can, other way. This program does get kind of finicky. It almost works. Cool. So we can do some yo. Hey, honestly, the shadow tool is what makes a lot of this, like a lot of these maps pop. Like it goes from looking super flat to like, oh, this actually looks like a space you can inhabit. And it makes every, that's some of the map tools I've used. That's the thing that they're lacking. Like just a way to make sure that all of your maps pop properly. Gives a full depth right here. This is an outside area, so it makes sense going from here to here. But to show that depth, we're gonna use shadow path A60 at 1.5. Turn this smoothness off. We'll do that 0.75. Transition in grow. So you can, yeah, transition in fade. Cool. None. I should go across here. Transition out fade. Cool. Let's do the same thing. In fade. None. Oop. It's okay. You can always edit your points. Boom. And then we're going to out fade. So only other thing I would do is with this, the shadow path have 60, is actually have the fun and go along the outside and take that fade off. So now you have a full deck of your ship, top and middle. Now this one I would have to just do the inner layer, which I could do shadow path pace 60. Let's turn the smoothness back on. See if it plays nice. Everybody keep your fingers crossed. Close enough. There you go. Now you got your upper deck, your mid deck. You could sort of see some of the interior there. I have to do the walls, but that's another process. I'll do that off screen. And now we can go into lower decks. In this one, I'm gonna do the quick and dirty version of this. Now there are a couple of things. Path tool here. I have. Oh, I don't have my punish fence. Use chains. That's okay. Object. Oddly enough, they sort of just made a whole bunch of cages. I don't know what was going on with Forgotten Adventures. They went on a whole, I think it was Halloween. They were like, we're gonna make crazy stuff. And so you have cages and stuff like that, which we're gonna throw actually one here at the back of the ship. Hey, you never know when you're gonna need a brig, right? What you can do, put those at the 100 level, and then at like a 200 or something, put something a little bit bigger, sort of meets at the same size. And you give the illusion of depth. It's slightly off. I'll fix it. Yeah, there we go. So sort of an illusion of depth with that. And then I think with some shadow in there will fix it in terms of the full depth that we're looking for. Yeah. Now there are a couple other things we're looking for down here before I fix up the rooms. Looking for siege weapons, because we got ourselves some cannons. Now we're gonna set these on these dark wood bases. So if you set this on like the 200 layer, do is take some of these, let's do some dark ones. Switch it, and then I'd say on the 100 layer, you drop that. And there you go. Now you got your cannons set. If you need cannonballs, we got them. Probably could make these just 100. I will. Boop. Yeah. What's our objects? Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, if you're gonna have a good boat, there's gotta be something there. You can just like, you know what, you guys sit in the cage for a little bit. Sit, you guys behave. Either that, or we just need some place to put you while we go pick up our money. All right, there we go. Sweet. Take that. I'm gonna put it on a 200 layer. I'm gonna take the snap off, but I'm going to reduce it by a good amount. All right, yeah, it's a good size. All right, let's see if they have better cannonballs. Nope. I don't like the texture of those, so that's fine. We'll go back to what we got. What you can always do. Over. We'll build our own little tower. Uh, some of these are well stocked, some of them aren't, and that's okay. There we go. Now we got cannons. Like, you can fire, if you fire a regular cannonball at somebody in space, you are just asking for them to just look at you some kind of way. So, yes, especially if you're doing it right, you can just fire a cannonball at somebody and then they have to respect you. Um, but I think I will have some more crates up here or down here so that there may be some other ammunition in there. Give me 1 second. My headphones are going all over the place. Oops. They do not want to stay charged. All good. If we didn't have tech issues, would this actually be a stream? Come on. So, but yeah. But yeah, as we had on the upper deck, we do have ballistas, and that does remind me, you can't just have ballistas without some ballista bolts just around. So we'll throw some ballista bolts down. And hey, if you pick it up as a spear, go for it. That's on you, dude. So this, yeah, you gotta have multi-purpose pointies. Where's the fun in that? Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna fill these 4 rooms are gonna just be carbon copies of each other. And these are sort of the regular rooms I was talking about. Now, I do have like bedding, like I have like, just regular beds I can just throw in. Yo, I appreciate all the heads lurking. I just hope you're enjoying the stream, just chilling. Yeah. Somebody's gonna have a hammock. I'm gonna make 3 rooms with beds, 1 room with a hammock. They're very much hammock guys. Good for oh, there it goes. Haha. Yeah, these are the fun hanging hammocks. These are the people. Whoever lives in this room, these are the people you got to be afraid of, because I would never sleep on a hammock on a bed, on a boat. That's wild. Everybody else. Yeah, we're gonna go with this royal purple looking color. Cool. Yeah, I think something like this. So I sort of have a bed. It's like here, and then wardrobes. Some clothes, not a whole lot of clothes, but got some. And storage. I did forget this in the captain's quarters, because what is a ship without some sort of treasure chest, right? We'll sneak a little one up there too. Who knows? Give everybody a little chest. Honestly, if when you guys are got these guys in the hammock, and once things starts popping off, they're the first ones ready to go. They're 100%. It's like good to go. And I am going to. Are these on? Let me check. Boop. Yeah, these are on 3. So on the 2 layer. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be on 3. I'm gonna make some little hay there. You know, maybe they got a little friend. Maybe they got an animal companion of some sort. Uh, in order to get a bed, honestly, you just gotta do your job. If you do your job right, you can get a bed. I think these guys asked for hammocks, and everyone was like, "Are you serious?" No, yeah, give me a hammock. And everyone was like, "You know what? They got it." Um, cool. Cool. I'm just gonna throw a bed here. Um, this guy has a nice blue one. Have pillows. Oh, that was right there, and I just. Dressers. I'm gonna fill it up similar to that one. So wardrobes. I'm using these off-color ones just so you can sort of see it. They would have a small one. And then a little chest. Everybody gets a everybody gets a little treasure chest. Cool. Say this one's like theirs would definitely be like in the back of the room. Uh, these funky ones. Just gotta throw some boxes and crates. What I may do. Let's see if I can find some prefabs. let's ship stuff. This is one of the best parts about Forgotten Adventures. You can get prefab stuff, drop it in a room, and it works. Make sure that's the right thing. Yeah. This isn't so bad. This is pretty good. This will be good for downstairs. Over here. And then barrels and stuff you need. Let's see what other stuff we got. Of course, they have so many, it makes it very difficult to always see which ones you want. But some of the stuff you can just drop anywhere. You know. This needs a spot. This is probably upstairs. Sort of swap these over. This is super useful for when you need stuff. Like you need stuff on the quick, just drop me a couple boxes that are stacked and it looks good. Cool, thank you. And as I always like to do, try to make it so that even though, yes, this would be a clean ship, kept in pretty much good order, if somebody came down the stairs or up the stairs, or in this case, down the stairs, you could fortify position with them and have cool actual action sequences with them to try to give yourself some cool stuff to play with, if possible. So, like, Now just put something in that will give decent cover, like something like this. Something that will just be in the middle of the room. Another Z. Yeah. Something like that. That gives most of a full livable space. This is going to be another water closet or a actual bathroom. As I've said multiple times, shout out to my mom for thinking of bathrooms in these places. They should have bathrooms. There should be toilets on all of your fantasy maps. People have to use the bathroom. Wash it. What's up? Derek is Kami. I am using Dungeon Draft, which is a great tool for creating battle maps. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And I'm currently utilizing both. In making all of these, the assets I'm using are both Forgotten Adventures and Tom Kartos assets. Specifically, like all these prefab boxes are Forgotten Adventure. Previously, making some of these console areas for the Spelljammer heads. These are Tom Kartos assets. So yeah. Awesome. Incarnate's fantastic. I used that the other week. Making world map. Well, that was a 2-week world map. I also did a space map with that. Or solar system map, which is pretty dope. Incarnate's one of my favorites. Shout out to Incarnate. They do great stuff. I will always suggest them as a wonderful alternative. And it's worth it. Like for their pro subscription, super worth it to have all the things you will ever need to make all your maps. Awesome. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. I hope you're enjoying the process. I'm just about to zoom out to sort of get a look at the entirety of this deck and sort of go back up to the top so everyone can sort of see how we got to where we are. This one is missing a small thing. Always small little bits. Shrink. Put this on the thread layer. That here. That way it just looks a little bit more like there's depth down there. I am going to, at 300 layer, turn off micro shrinks and see if I can get. Yeah, can. I'm gonna get a little bit of a wibbly wobbly line. Sorry, I gotta turn off my smoothness as well. This is just to outline this lip, so as always, keep your shadows to make everything sort of pop out. People know what's popping out from where, what's doing what. Derek, did you do a map today? If so, what did you make, man? I always try to check out other folks, see what they're making, and go, that looks dope. I'm like, see if I can do that. There's so many map makers making super awesome stuff. Like, if you see a map maker, check out their stuff, because you never know when you might get an idea for a new campaign. Right. I'm gonna do some channel path. Yeah. Is that mine? Okay. Path 200. There. Cool. As I throw the shadows in there, it gives a little bit more depth. And what you can do is back up one. Yeah. We'll use our step tool. Sort of on the front face of it. And then around the upper quadrant. Sort of show that depth of that cage. And then we'll go over it with our shadow. I may switch the bathroom around a little bit, but that I may just do off screen. So let's see if I can finish this up with the last couple of things. Let's see, where is it? There it is, pillars. I always say you can hide your stuff with some cool pillars. If you have your cool wall, like we were able to get some of the wall wood. Get some of these wall type. Get down to like 0.6. Yeah, that's fine. Some of these corners, if you want to square them out. Sometimes it's just get as close as possible and see what you can do. Sometimes you can eye it from afar, but nice. And not my end piece. There's Yeah, looks pretty good. Give all these places some doors. I think we'll drop it to 400, so it doesn't look too bad. Then once everybody has doors, I think we're close. Since this is downstairs, we'll use these walnut doors. And I was going to make some doors right here. Just because I think they'd want a little bit of privacy from whatever the hell's going on up there. Like if somebody busts down, you know, a little something. Gives a little bit trickier time to mess around. I think with that, better. What level is that on? Two? Okay. Let's see. Let's do. We have so many cool things. Some mirrors. Regular mirrors, they don't have to be crazy. There we go. Make it smaller. Cool. You know what? They have a mirror too. Like they requested one. They have a little one. These are just things you could just throw down on top of stuff and make rooms look lived in. Yeah, nothing crazy. But with that, I think we're good. I'm gonna put some shadows in and then call it a day. How about that? So yeah, let me throw these big shadows in over the tops, and then see what we can maybe throw some in the around some stuff, and then we'll call it a day. Oops. I'm gonna put this on the 400 layer. It's a little dark. Unfortunately, I don't think we can swap path types. Oh, wait, can I? Oh, let's go, baby! We have been blessed with updates that allow us to swap path types. It was not always like this, y'all. Take the shadow paths. Yeah. This off. 0.75. Still on 400. And then we're just going to do the insides of all these rooms. this room, since it's a storage room, you want to do a deeper shadow. That from here. One. Two. 200 layer. A 5. I'm gonna do half. Oops, add points. Cool. Nice wrap. Points. Here. And the only thing is to sort of highlight all this stuff on here. I'm going to do that as quickly as possible. All I'm doing is following the contours of the boxes. I'll leave that alone. Because from the contours of the boxes, you can sort of create depth in things if you want. Those dark spots where you don't have to worry about artifacting but so much. Oops. That's fine. I'll show you a cool trick after that I sort of used on top. But for anybody who's new, all these boxes on like the 300 layer. What I can do is just put shadows right on that layer, on the same layer that the box is, and create different shadows. So now these boxes look like they have depth on each other. So like this box now looks like it's much higher than the others. The hard part is finding your endings, huh? Yeah, we'll keep that as the end. You stick right on top of that line to trace it out. You can sort of see the shadows leaning on that, and if I wanted to make this taller, which I do, so now there's depth in here. And same for and it doesn't have to be finished. Like you can sort of, as I to just sort of end it in a spot. Things cast shadows on things. Again, go down to 200 layer. Trace these outlines to the best of our ability. And on a 300 layer, trace out. Some of these other items. Fades. And with that, things start to look like they actually belong there. We'll do the same thing with that, but I'll do that a little later. Same with a bunch of the shading inside the rooms. But I think that's pretty good. Thanks for sticking with me. And I think we'll call it there. Going all the way back from our upper decks down to our top deck to our interior quarters, then all the way downstairs. I think we accomplished it, team. Looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'll do a couple little bits and bobs. Well, a lot of it's just shadow work. You know, that's the boring part. It does make it pop. Always remember your shadows whenever you make stuff. If you don't put shadows in, it has a tendency to look flat or off. So always make sure your shadows are there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will be posting all of the things. So I'll probably throw in, you'll see more crates and ropes and rigging and stuff going on all over the place. But these will be on the socials, both mine and Obsidian Brews. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a little ploy into making the ley line, which I'm just going to say may or may not show up in a one shot or multi-shot that I do at some point on stream. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. But yes, thank you guys for hanging with me and watching, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Make your own maps at home. I'd love to see them. If you make something, feel free to post it, tag me. Come hang out with us on our Discord. Feel free to just jump in, start talking. Be respectful. But yeah, thank you for joining me on Monday Maps. Me, MADDRROB. Thanks for the raids, all raiders. If you're still there, thank you. Follow all the other homies out here on Obsidian Brews. Thank you, Ambe, for making me look good, smell good, and you didn't do the smell. You didn't do the smell. You just made me look good and sound good. That's all. But making this stream come together. And thank you all for watching. I think that's it. Keep an eye out on the socials for all of the dope Obsidian Brews things coming on the horizon. But with that, I think we're done. So, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Go find all the homies and vote for folks on the Crit Awards. Crit Awards, we fucked with you. We appreciate you. Free Palestine. Let's be better as a country. But yeah, with that, love you guys. Adventurers, see you next time.